Hello folks, it's been a while, hasn't it? I think it's 6 months since I last did a video. Part of that is because I've had a bit of an injury 3 months back. I broke a rib or two. I won't go into details here, but if you're interested in finding out how I did it, then you can have a look at my latest blog entry. I'll put a link in the description. The upshot of that is that I haven't been doing any camping in that time because I can't carry a rucksack. But I have been able to get out and about on little sort of day camps, and that's thanks to this bit of kit here. A new bum bag, really. I think they officially call it a hip rig or belt rig, but it's really just a big bum bag. And it's been a godsend because it has enabled me to put all the weight around my hips without putting any strain on my shoulders or rib cage. So today I'm just here to have a bit of breakfast in the woods, and I'll take you through how I've loaded this out to do that. First of all, I'm going to put a ground sheet down, and that's actually this little thing here. That's a one wind little ground sheet, very light sil nylon thing. So I'm just going to put this down on the ground so I can lay my gear out and show you how I've packed. Right, let's get started then. On the top here, poncho tarp. I shall put that up in a bit. There's a bit of shelter from the wind. On the bottom, we've got these straps, and this is my chair, ground chair. I've got some Bushcraft gloves hanging off a carabiner here. We have a litre of water spread out over each side, half a litre in each one of these Nalgene bottles. Those there. Quite nice toggles there to make sure that your bottles don't fall out. You can use bigger bottles than that. Okay, let's maybe talk about these pouches on the side. Now these are paid extra for. These are Helikon Sear pouches, S-E-R-E, not sure how you pronounce it. And basically one of them is sort of fire stroke stove kind of kit, and the other one's more of a possibles pouch. So let's do the possibles first. These attach via molly webbing, by the way. I got them in this brown colour because I shall eventually put them on my Helikon Bergen, which is in the same colour, once my back is better. So there's like a power bank and some spare batteries for the cameras today. A bit of hand sanitizer. Let's get all this out. Swiss Army knife, titanium spork, and my headlamp, which of course I shouldn't need today, but it's always good to have one just in case. A little bit of spare cordage. I think that's it. Let's look at the other side. Oh, I've also got little, well, I call them prusiks. They're just little loops of paracord that I use for prusik knots when I'm putting a ridge line up. I've got, I think, 4 spread out on these little tags. That's my fuel bottle for my stove. I think there's about 100 ml in there. It's not a lot, but it'll be enough for today. That's my stove. It's the Bushcraft Essentials ultralight one. I've also got a new windshield for it, which is a bit smaller and fits in there. So that's all the kind of parts for that. There's the windshield. Fire steel. A lighter. A lighter in there. And then this is quite a new thing actually. That's a little MSR salt and pepper pot, which will come in handy for my breakfast in a bit. I think as well in here, yeah, I do keep a few fire lighters just in case if I ever did need to make a fire. Okay, let's look at the main compartment then. Actually, no, let's do the front first. There's a pouch here, and on the front there's just some wet wipes, some tissues in a little pouch there, a few McDonald's sugars. I'm sure they won't begrudge me keeping hold of those after my last visit. And I've got a little pencil as well. Comes in handy sometimes. I've been getting into spoon whittling recently, and that comes in handy for that. In the main pouch, there's my pegs and cordage for the tarp. I've already used 4 pegs to peg this ground sheet out. I've got my food here. That's some bread and some bacon and some eggs for my sandwich later. I'm going to be frying that in this titanium plate stroke pan. That is a Boundless Voyage one, which has got nicely seasoned actually over the last few weeks. I've used it quite a lot, and I've been following Des Catty's advice about on how to keep it non-stick, and it seems to work quite well. Little set of utensils really for frying here. There's a bit of oil. There's a, that's caught a bit of plastic spork there just in case I don't want to scratch the pan. Pot gripper, one of the Trangia ones for that. And then this is quite nice. This is a Snow Peak folding spatula for doing my frying. There's a little zip pouch there. That had my sit pad in, which I'm obviously using now to kneel down. There's another little zip pouch there, which I would have this ground sheet in. And then I think we've just got my titanium pot. This is a new one, really dinky one. I think it's 350ml Lixada one. And in there is brew stuff. Coffee, powdered milk, canderel, little pot gripper, and the old faithful Des Catty stove. And that is it, apart from maybe the odd carabiner. That's pretty much everything on there. So I'm now going to set all this up and try and enjoy a nice bacon and egg sarnie in the woods. Okay, I'm all packed up, no trace left, and I'm going to get off home. So I really do recommend this pack. It's been an absolute godsend for me because it's enabled me to just do this kind of thing, just get out for a little bit, and that's kind of kept my cabin fever at bay. But it's been 3 months now since my accident, so I'm hoping give it another couple of weeks and I might be able to start taking some light rucksacks out and get overnight camping again. But for now, thanks for joining me on this little morning in the woods. Take care, I'll see you again soon.